not only did I run, he chased us. That was a part that
I don't know if I
got me.
could run. If somebody
me.
pulled a gun on me, I would just fucking give up and die, I think. Like, I don't know. Like, what if he shoots you?
Okay, because
Now I did think that. I thought that the young man was gonna get shot in the back.
what's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Once Upon A BnB, and we're back. I'm Anns.
This is Maha. We have a special guest with us today, Tashiona. Welcome to Once Upon A BnB.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
This is our first girl gang episode, all female.
Shout out to Ian.
He tried to do his duty and call in from a wedding, but we could hear the whole wedding in the background, so had to cancel him. But
gave him permission to enjoy the wedding.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ian and his wedding. Have fun.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
So I'm from Seattle, Washington, but I live in Memphis.
Oh,
cool.
I was just talking to somebody about Memphis. What is the true vibe? I've only been to Nashville. I don't think I've ever been to Memphis.
First of all, Memphis and Nashville,
Two different
totally
worlds.
different vibes.
Dude, Tennessee is like 7 states combined, depending on where in
different
Tennessee.
vibes.
Like the mountains.
Yeah,
There's
the
like,
mountains.
Anna's from the mountains. You hear her.
She's
her
from
outside-
there?
Yeah, she's from like
Wow.
the part near Kentucky or something.
Oh yeah, it's like
Because Memphis
from the
gives me-
hollers.
it still gives me a lot of culture, but also
I just think
good.
like 3-6. It's all I like. That's
Yeah,
how I
mean,
picture it.
Listen, my father's from Memphis, so I think it's kind of like unique that I'm there. He wanted me to go to college there. I was like, heck no. And then I decided to get married, and my husband at the time wanted to move there, and that's where we ended up. And I'm like, me in Memphis? But I mean,
Coincidentally, or
Memphis
is he from there too?
He was born there, but he was raised in Chicago. So yeah, it was more so coincidence. Like he got a job offer. Like we were supposed to be moving here when I got married.
Really?
He gets a job offer the week. I think he did it on purpose because it was bachelorette party. I had to cut it short because he's like, "Oh, we got to fly out. I got a job offer. We got to rent a place."
He schedules
guys
his
are
whole
just
life
terrible
around this.
communicators.
Yeah, I think
You know, you
it
sent
was.
that email about that job a month ago.
Yeah, I'm like, you knew what you were doing. You were strategic. You didn't want me,
Yeah,
you know.
damn.
I don't know.
How long have you been in Memphis?
Woo! What is this? 2022.
Just don't ask. I have no idea.
So
at this
next
point.
month will be 12 years.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
Oh, you've really been in Memphis. You
Yes.
said your husband at the time. You're not married anymore?
Girl, nah. These are my grandmother's rings. Let's just be real
Aw,
clear. This is my
pretty.
great grandmother's, and
That's
this is my
beautiful.
grandmother's. Okay.
That's, really pretty. Sorry that didn't work out, or maybe not sorry. Maybe that's
Right.
for the
But
best.
Memphis.
It's okay.
Yeah. But
No,
you
like
stayed, huh?
Right, because I have children.
Oh, okay.
My children are born there, and that's where they're from. But, like I say, my children are not looking for a daddy. I am. Okay.
Period.
How old are the kids?
They are 10 and 8.
Are they grown?
My son
Basically.
thinks he's my daddy.
I think they are, I'm sure,
For
right?
sure. 'Cause I had to tell him, like, I'm not going to be able to answer. And my son was like, why not? I was like, because. And then Dave hung out with Trace. I was like, well, I'm going to come be with whatever. So,
Okay, cool. How do you know Trey, our producer?
just from Airbnb and friend circles. And
Okay.
it's kind of like, oh, y'all should meet. So, yeah, it's been like, 20? I don't know. It's been a long time.
420.
Something like that.
Something like that. 420.
An even number.
Right.
420.
My
Something
favorite number,
like
420.
that. Yeah, something like that.
So you're in the Airbnb game, I assume?
Yeah, really the real estate space, but yeah, it's from the space, I guess, like of consulting. Something fun to do.
Yeah, we've had another guest that does that, like real estate, but like specifically for Airbnb, like finding people properties to be Airbnbs. Is that what you do, or
Not really. So it's funny that you asked because we're really creating that. So like my background is in real estate. I've been in real estate full time since 2004.
Congrats.
And so like, Airbnb comes out here all about it, and then like me and Trey talk, collab, and then it's like, okay, that's something that I wanted to do because I'm always traveling.
Yeah, perfect.
And my kids love hotels, but we also love Airbnb. But the new thing I'm getting into, which was ultimately what I wanted to do when I started, is development. So I'm starting to build houses. So I was like,
Beautiful.
Really wanted to
We
do.
need more of those. Apparently,
Right.
there's not enough houses.
Right, a
Partially
shortage.
because of Airbnbs. Like the part of the issue with the housing market right now, and there not being enough houses, is that people are using them for short-term rentals.
Exactly.
So there's not enough properties for long-term rentals or for people to buy just to live in. Because investors too, especially, are buying up like large amounts of properties and using it for short-term rentals. So I think that's where these restrictions are coming from. Like Atlanta, now you can only have 2.
Yeah.
Right.
You can only have 2.
So they're limiting it to 2. I'm sure there's a way around that. You just start different companies for each one.
Because
But
I do like how I guess our government officials, like the mayor, they're always trying to do affordable housing. And so
Supposedly.
It's
Yeah.
really cute on Auburn Avenue. So in like 2026, it's supposed to be like these like condos, little gardens at the top. But of course,
It's not
you can
gonna
only
be
qualify.
affordable.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they may make it so you have to make a certain income in order to live there to make it fair across the board. Because at this point, it's just crazy out here.
Yeah. But I wonder, like, usually it starts out affordable. I don't think they have to keep it affordable that long. Like, it starts out there and then they...
That's the tricky thing with real estate, because it's like you do get incentives. So we had looked at purchasing an apartment building like a while ago. It's totally not a real estate thing. But long story short, it's like it was affordable, right? But then after that, I think it had to be like that for 5 years, which was cool.
Yeah.
Because then it would probably put us like right into this time frame.
Yep.
And then you can charge whatever. So
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
True.
and maybe
At
it's just
least
me.
for
I
a
think
time.
affordable housing is such a simple solution.
Right.
Yeah.
I
It's
think.
just
I
a
think-
good way to sell it and, like, get grants and stuff and then make money off it later. Because my neighborhood used to be Perry Homes Projects. And when you tear down housing projects, I think it's a federal law.
In
even.
Perry, Georgia?
No,
Oh,
in
okay.
Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in Atlanta, but it's just called Perry Homes. But when you tear down a housing project, I think it's federal law that says you have to like provide affordable housing there. So within our subdivision, there's like 5 apartment complexes that are the affordable housing. Yeah, but I don't know how affordable they still are. But
Yeah, because I think once you like get in on it, you're
yeah,
good. But anybody that's new, is Memphis getting crazy? I feel like the world is getting crazy. Well, the country's getting crazy with real estate. But how is Memphis?
Is Memphis getting crazy?
Yeah.
I tease. I'm like, man, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm like, Memphis be trying to charge prices out here like they're a real city.
literally.
Like, seriously. I'm like, what? 1,800. So,
That's crazy.
in fact, looking for a new space.
Mhm.
Okay. So when I did do it back then, it was a 1 bedroom and kind of like a bonus. There was no closet, but I used it as a 2 bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And
You don't need a closet at Airbnb. It's
but
fine.
it was like 1,500.
In Memphis?
Yeah, right by the pool, downtown, brand new, or all these amenities. Now just like a basic, like,
Really?
like it kind of looks almost like government housing because of like the cabinetry in there.
Yeah.
And I think
Like
they
the
thought they
upgrades.
were doing, something cool. But I know it's cheaper to keep concrete in there. We think it looks cool, but if you don't do all the upgrades, it looks unfinished.
Yeah.
1810.
Oh,
And it's
wow.
not even a real bedroom. It's kind of like
like a loft.
have you ever
like-
been to? Because there was one we had one at the 12 Atlantic Station. You weren't
Dope
supposed to
Boy
do that
Central.
then. Yeah, you weren't supposed to do that. But
Yeah.
how those rooms are made where it's not full.
Yeah.
For 1810.
in Memphis?
I actually part own an apartment complex in Memphis that we're like rehabbing, not by myself, but I don't know anything about it, but it sounded like a good investment. One of my friends
you
was doing it. I was
did
like,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure, I'm in on
Memphis,
this.
I mean,
Period.
Memphis is a great place to.
It's a great market right now to be developing, right?
We have more people who rent in Memphis than our national average. So, I mean, it is good for investors.
that's
And to your
true.
point, like with Airbnb, and, me, I'm always an advocate for housing and real estate. But part of me is like, Airbnb is almost like a temporary solution to affordable housing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, hey, I might not be able to go and qualify for an apartment or a
Yeah.
house. But Airbnb,
I just
all they
wanna
want, I need
say.
a little ID. I got to have a little deposit.
I don't know how
You know, a
affordable it
little
is though.
something.
Like if you're just doing Airbnb prices for like several months,
Yeah,
that seems
probably.
expensive.
But I
Yeah,
guess
as
she
they
was,
work out the
I guess
deals.
that's my dope boy thing coming to mind.
Yeah.
Because I was, I know a lot of people who do that, or
Same.
just people who are, they're making really good money in whatever they're doing. They want
But
to
on
like, go
paper,
to
they don't.
yeah, they
qualify.
kind of yeah. So
It's definitely the dope boy mentality.
yeah, so.
Well, I feel like you're a Southern belle. Can I say that? Is that fair?
Oh, that's cute. I'm from Seattle, but
Oh, you are from Seattle,
Yeah,
Washington.
that's funny.
I just get south.
Yeah, you've been in Memphis long enough.
I know, and then I be saying stuff. I be like,
So
child.
when did you move from Seattle?
In 2010.
2010. Okay.
Are there a lot of
Okay.
black people in Seattle? Seems very white.
I mean, we're kind of scared. But we're out there.
But they seem very like the most pro-black white people ever. Like, no, that's more so. I think Denver.
I heard
or, like,
Seattle's like that
Portland,
though.
But
I mean,
Seattle
I think
too.
I think we are just. It's like weird. It's supposed to be liberal, but because there's not so
Many
the black community, is,
minorities,
yeah,
yeah.
like people try to like stick together and like advocate.
Uh-huh.
So we're having that same thing too, like you say, with housing, and so you have people who are advocating.
Oh, y'all is crazy in Seattle.
Man, Seattle house prices are like
Very
super
expensive.
stupid.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I hear it's nice though.
I should have never
I've
sold.
actually
like,
never
the property.
been. Have
That's
you
how I
been to
feel.
Seattle?
No, I just heard it's nice.
Oh, come!
I know all the places.
You have never been.
I
to
know. I
Seattle?
told you I got a lot of domestic travel to still do. I haven't been to Colorado yet.
I mean, I guess it
I haven't been to Seattle. I still haven't really been to Chicago like that. Like it's weird.
I've been to Chicago. Super pretty. It's like one of the prettiest cities I've
That's
been
what
to.
it's been on my list. I really want to
That's how I
go.
feel.
Seems awesome.
Like the architecture, like they
It's like
really
a clean New
mapped
York.
it out. Yeah, it's exactly what I say. It's a clean New
Yes.
York.
Yes,
New
Chicago
York is so
nice.
dirty.
But I found that out by traveling there, working with a client. That matter. I guess I do that. I do that. I mean, I don't really market that. It's like, but yeah, client getting divorced, moved from this beautiful space in a suburb of Chicago called Downers Grove. Look it up. People don't lock their doors there.
Wow.
And like we get him a brand new construction townhome Airbnb. It was like gorgeous. I was like, yes, I mean, I guess so.
You do it. You're claiming it.
But
You
yeah,
do it.
Chicago's great. I might go there Sunday if I get another client.
Jet setter.
Chicago's-
Yeah, very nice.
Girl, I'm just trying to have like a lukewarm summer. The kids are with their father.
all summer.
So, for the most part, I'll get
Not
them.
full on hot girl summer. Just
Yeah, it's like
lukewarm.
lukewarm. You know, I'll get
You
them for a
deserve.
week and
Right.
I'll come back and I'll turn it up.
Yeah.
Nice. That's nice. Where does their dad still live in Memphis too?
No, so their father lives in Little Rock. But
Okay.
I did it. But he has a place in Memphis, and so he travels back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, so
A little lukewarm summer.
that's right.
So we're hoping you have like a hot story.
Yeah,
If not a hot girl-
lukewarm.
yeah, not
Not lukewarm. We heard you got some stuff for us.
I brought evidence from my
Oh
story.
Lord, that's from your story.
Yes.
Oh God. All right.
Yes,
Well.
evidence from my story.
Shit. Let's get into this. Rubs hands like Birdman.
Oh my gosh.
But I didn't notice something that I think is really cool.
Yeah.
That I'm coming to tell this story, right? So I talked about it when it first happened. But this is like my first time back in Atlanta since that happened. I came back one
Of course, that
time.
You
shit
was
happened
like-
in Atlanta.
Yes.
Golly.
You're like, I'm never coming back.
But I came back one time to like finish the project out, and I have not been back here since. Like
I mean, I wouldn't either if it
Right.
resulted in this.
it used to, like, y'all can ask Trey, anybody. It used to go from like me coming down here, like, oh, I'm down here, like, you down here again, like all the time, to
Oh my
and
God.
then
How long has it been? How long ago was this?
a little over a year. So it happened May 6th. I will never ever
recent.
forget that.
That's kind of recent to
That
me.
was May 6th of last year. Yes, it
Yeah.
just hit a year. Yes.
Jeez. All right. So
I'm
let's start
invested.
from the
Like, you just
beginning.
wanna get
Like,
into it. Like,
so you had properties here for Airbnb?
yes, and this is the funny thing about it was I was here setting up for. I guess I do it.
You
Setting
said
up
to
for
me.
another client
See?
in what's it called, Annsleigh Park,
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
the nicest neighborhood in Midtown.
$1 million Airbnb.
Yeah, that's
Setting
a thing.
it up. Oh, yes, like people do it for like photo shoot. I mean, there's like so many. You guys, I don't know if you care or not, but that's somebody I can connect you with. Like, I have an associate that we've done business with, and she has large homes, and she does them from Airbnb for like reality shows, all kinds
really?
of stuff. Because
I had a low budget lesbian show filmed at my house once.
I
It's
think
on like
you said
YouTube.
that.
Yeah, it was like this random like lesbian TV show.
But you didn't know they were going to do that.
No, I did.
Oh,
I
you
was
did?
like,
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. I looked it up on YouTube, and they have like a lot of followers and views. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
Yeah, it was very...
Is it also like on Pornhub too?
Probably.
Because when she said
Right.
that, I was like, did
By
you say
YouTube, I
lesbian
mean
porn?
Pornhub.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like.
I
don't wanna say that.
Okay, cool.
So
awesome.
$1 million Airbnb.
Yes.
Set it up.
That's why you were here. You're in Annsleigh
Yes.
setting it up.
Yes, so here in Annsleigh setting it up, and here's the little like twist. I had started hanging out with this guy, like dating him, getting to know him.
Uh-huh.
He lives in Alabama at the time. So I come down, I drive down from Tennessee. I got my stuff in the car. So I'm staying at an Airbnb that's in like the Edgewood area, right?
Okay.
I've stayed here a million times. Matter of fact, have another Airbnb on Auburn Avenue. It's like not a big
How
deal.
many did you have in Atlanta?
At the time, we had 3, and then I just was like consulting and whatever. So I'm familiar with the area, is what I think. So then the guy I'm dating, he comes down, he drives down from Atlanta, whatever. I mean, from Alabama. We're doing our thing. So this particular night, okay, I go in the house, put my daughter and my mom, because I had them down here. I travel with my mom and kids often too, but my son stayed with his father. So go in, go upstairs, put the stuff in, and so me and the guy, we're gonna like go get gas in the car and just kind of hang out. So he's waiting in the car for me when I come downstairs after putting everybody in, and he always gets out, opens the door. So he's got like the newer model of the Challenger. He gets out front door, and he's like a tall guy, 6'4". He's not little. Walks around the front of the car.
How we like him.
Yes, tall. I like him tall, light skin, tatted, but I don't know, bearded.
Call it
I mean, I don't think I have a type. I just like him fine. But anyway,
right. Tall and fine though.
Yeah, just fine.
Short and fine ain't.
But it's okay. I don't have a height requirement.
I don't have a height requirement.
Because I'm 5'1", and I definitely have a height requirement.
I don't.
As long as you're not shorter than me.
Yeah, you can be eye
If you're
level.
shorter than me, you're like 4'9".
Yeah,
So no,
yeah.
I need you.
I really don't have a height requirement. It's
I
really about
don't.
the energy. Energy, money.
The money.
That's second.
What if you can build with him?
He's 5'1", but if he stands on his money, he's 6'2".
I hope none of my guys hear this, but yeah.
She's like, ooh, I'm hurting some short, poor men's feelings right now.
Yeah, energy first, financial stability. And the third one is just like, considerate, genuine, all that. But if I feel like your energy be like locked and I can just like, we're gonna have a fucking good time.
Yeah.
That's number one.
That's number one for
That's
sure.
number one.
Chemistry.
Chemistry,
over
yeah.
anything.
Over
If we're gonna have a
anything,
fucking blast, sign me up.
I got a sidebar question for you, too.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Well, okay, I guess I'll just ask this since you brought it up. So then if a guy's energy is cool, but you find out maybe he's not working where you thought he would, he doesn't meet your money requirement, don't you miss the opportunity to get to know his vibe because you already didn't like cut him off because he's like, well, I'm just, whatever a guy says when he's building.
Depends on how poor we're talking.
Oh, okay.
And it really does depend because I'm all for men working hard towards their goals. I'm not perfect.
If you got a plan and you're working
if you got
towards
a plan.
it.
But my thing that I think I don't like having to be the pusher.
I got you. You don't want to be the provider, the initiator.
Yeah, I don't want to be
leader.
like, you should think about this. I don't mind thinking about ideas and bouncing them off, but I don't like being like, do this,
Right.
push.
Definitely.
Like, I don't like doing that. Because I just have enough, I have enough energy to be encouraging and supportive.
Yeah.
And like, but you already thought of it, and I'm just saying, yeah, do that. Not, okay, this is what you should do.
Right.
Hey,
have
but
you done this
Have
yet?
you done this yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you make a logo? Did
Right.
you? No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, same. Like, they don't have to, obviously, like, I don't need them to make as much money as me because I ball. But,
This is true. I've been trying to figure out who could I like randomly like match Maha with, and I'm just like
But no,
is
it's fine.
like-
Just you don't have to make nearly as much as me, but just like you got to be able to at least do the same type of shit I want to do,
Yeah.
or like I don't want to
travel a
be
lot.
limited in what I do because you can't do it. Like I could still like maybe take a bigger share of the responsibility. Versus
good to
you.
know, Maha.
And
I'm taking
So you're not
notes.
traditional. You're not, I can't wait.
I'm
I
cool,
gotta
like-
have y'all guys come on and talk to me because we'll be talking about real estate and love.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
New
that.
podcast alert.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Look, maybe.
Thanks for asking us.
Yeah. Yeah, we digress. But anyways,
Oh, we sure did.
we're
Okay,
single,
so
fellas.
if you didn't tell by the conversation,
Last note I wanted to point. I also put financial stability second is because I'm naturally a creative. So sometimes if I wake up one day like I want to go audition for a play,
Yeah.
I need to know that everything's gonna be taken care of. If I have to go
Right.
be on a play real quick and
So
come
then
back to
would you
work.
date
'Cause he
another
can't be
creative?
off like.
No.
Can't do another creative.
I like creative people.
unless you stable, then
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
Yeah, because
Because I have moments. Yeah.
and then you want to go.
I'm like, what we gonna do?
Right.
So I have moments where I have to like break free from like structured situations, and I need you to understand that and be okay, and we be okay, and everything not collapse.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. Can't
Yeah.
argue with that. But anyways, you're tall, fine, light-skinned, tatted dude.
Right.
Comes
Getting-
around the car.
Getting out the Challenger.
Yes,
Yeah.
walks around to
A gentleman.
Yeah, he was that for sure. He was like,
Must
even
be
when he
nice.
was frustrated with me, he would still open my door.
Okay, good.
I mean, I'll take something else over a door opening. Anyway, so he walks around to like open the door for me as I come out. And I had left my phone and stuff in the car. I'm just like running in to put my daughter and mom in.
Yeah.
So we get to leaning on the car, talking like, oh my God, thank
I'm
you for
so cute.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Like, oh my God, what you want to do? And so I'm looking around because I'm a tomboy anyways. probably can't tell, but I am. So I'm already looking around like, what's up? Because you got people walking up and down the street. Now, mind you, May 6th, hot, summer.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe this way. So like this is the house. This is the house. And then my van is parked facing into the house on the right side of the driveway. And then his van is facing the house on the left side of the driveway. And so there's like space in between the cars. And then the house is back there. The Airbnb is back there. So I'm leaning up on the car on the well wheel or whatever. And I start looking around. He's like, no, I got you, whatever. So we talking and laughing. So then we stand up and I see a guy like approaching from behind me. So imagine like my back.
You see it like in a mirror or like?
No, so like I'm standing, say the car's behind you, right? And I'm facing the same way you are. So I kind of turn behind and I see the guy walking. And so the guy has on, like that's the thing that got me was that he had on a hoodie and a mask. Because first of all, it's hot as heck. No. It's hot as heck.
Like a pandemic mask?
Yes, and that's the terrible thing about it.
Walking
because
outside.
Think about it. It was even a year ago, so people were more on alert then. And then, but still, I'm like, it's dark outside. It's hot as heck. Okay, and you got a mask on, and you got the hoodie pulled up. And then, as I saw him coming, he had on like cargo pants too.
I'm terrified right now.
Yeah, and I'm like looking, and the guy, he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I got you." So we kind of keep talking and laughing, but we get up off the car. We're not leaning in the car, and so now we're facing out, looking at the street. And there's the cool part about it is there's like it's right there where that parking garage is from the hospital that's over there. What is that, like Ralph David Abernathy, the hospital?
Oh, that's not the name of the hospital. That's the name of the street.
The street, but I'm saying, but the street.
Oh, yeah, I think it is Piedmont.
Piedmont Hospital?
Yeah, Piedmont Hospital, but that street there has that big old parking garage across from the Piedmont Hospital. But anyways, it's like people over there. It's like in that kind of Edgewood, Old Fourth Ward.
Oh, I'm still thinking Annsleigh.
Oh, no. Okay,
let
me be clear. So Annsleigh was what I was down here setting up
but y'all
for.
Were staying at Edgewood. Okay, I was about
yes,
to say,
my bad. Sorry.
In Annsleigh?
No, my bad. Sorry, let me be clear. No, so that was what we were here for. So we drive
Annsleigh.
that. Yeah,
it's her name.
Look at that. See?
Hey guys.
So yeah, that was the whole thing. Like taking my mom and daughter, putting them where we were actually staying.
Okay.
So we do that, and the guy walks past the car, and I'm kind of looking, so thinking nothing. Man, this man comes up that driveway it just happened so quickly. And the guy is not that tall. And the guy, so it's like he walks past the two cars. Remember, they're parked in. And then before I know it, it's like he comes back and he's up the driveway so fast and he puts the gun in the guy's face and he says, "You about to die tonight, homeboy." And it's like, I remember what happened, but obviously certain things I did not remember. So when that happens, apparently I screamed so loud because I was like, after the ordeal, I'm like, did I scream? And they're like, did you scream? And they put a mirror up to my face. And I still have pictures of it. I had screamed so loud that I popped a blood vessel. My whole eye was red. Wow. That is how loud I screamed. Like, I will never forget like that gun.
I'm getting chills.
You know what I'm saying? And like and the guy was not, he didn't have like no fear or anything. And I think it was kind of like out of opportunity because the fact that you walked past.
Yeah.
We just kind of just
it wasn't planned.
You
just happened to be standing
we just happened to be there.
Wow.
And I don't know.
He planned to do something that day, and he just was like, I don't know what it is,
but I'm going to do something. And that's the other thing I wonder, like with the way the garage was, and it's kind of like some houses they were doing like new construction and all this other stuff. Like, had he been watching us? Because we have been staying there for a few days. I just don't know. But that part was like crazy, and it's almost so like scary. Out of a movie. We had to hop over a fence because as soon as he did that,
I run?
Track came in handy. That's how I got this. So like behind the house, girl, not only did I run, he chased us. That was a part that
I don't know if I could
make
run.
sense
If somebody pulled a gun on me, I would just fucking give up and die, I think. Like, I don't know. Like, but what if he shoots you?
Okay, because now I did think that. Yeah. I thought that the young man was going to get shot in the back. I promise on everything. That's what I was like really waiting for that noise to go off. And I'm like super nervous because I swear on everything. That is like the first thing I thought about. It's like when I'm kind of, present and I'm running, I'm like,
did y'all both run at the same time?
I don't know. It was pretty similar. I know I took off running. He was behind me. I took off and
she was like, bye. You're not that fine and tall and light-skinned.
It's like survival instinct. And later he said that. He was like, I'm so grateful. He was like, because, man, you could keep up. He was like, I just didn't know, because I was gone. Took off, hopped over the fence.
And it's like, what shoes did you have on? Like, I'm about to go wild. Like, what did you wear? Like, what did you have on?
That's what I'm telling you. This is a full circle moment because I told a friend, I said,
not you got the same shoes.
No, but these are my replacements. So I had floral ones of these. They weren't like the real Birkenstocks, but they were like the floral versions of these. Girl ran all out of them, tore them because like the behind the Airbnb, I had never been behind there, and it was crazy. We had just like sat out on the porch the night before it rained, but we couldn't see anything back there because it was like grass and the fences. But I ran, so there was a wood.
Y'all
fence.
ran to the back of the house.
Yeah, wood fence. Then there was a barbed wire fence. Hopped over that.
Oh my god!
You hopped over a barbed
That's
wire
how I got
fence.
this.
Oh my god!
You was gone.
This on my arm. So you see how this keloid, and then I have one on my leg.
Yeah.
That it's not. You can see it, but I mean, I had to hop over that because the guy chased us.
That's what I'm not understanding. Why?
Yes,
did he
the guy
chase y'all?
chased us. And
Also, just two people standing out on the street. How do you even know they have anything worth robbing?
But I
you
think
got
it's
the
because the
car.
car was running. You know what I'm saying? The car was running, and then we were standing outside of the car. And you can because it's like the
was he
Challenger.
trying to take the car?
He ended up selling the car.
So why was he chasing
That's
you?
what I'm
Just take the
saying.
damn
That's what
car.
I'm saying.
So and that's what we said. So the police. Girl, let's talk about
Wait,
the police
hold on.
trying
Let's
to
get
tell
back
a
to the
joke.
chase. Y'all hop
Hell
the fence.
no.
Where is he? Does he hop the fence too?
So I don't know how far he hopped the fence. So this is the thing. As soon as I hop the fence, I try to hop another fence. So it's like gravel behind the Airbnb. So I try to hop the other fence, and I can't get past that because that barbed wire is brutal.
Yeah.
So I cut down the alleyway, and there's like a new construction house. So I'm running, and I run up in the new construction house.
And is your friend behind you, or?
Yes, but he's lagging. So I'm like calling his name.
damn.
I'm like, come on,
She
come
gone.
on.
She like,
right?
I'm like calling his name, and I'm like, come on, come on. So he's like in the middle of the alleyway or whatever, like the gravel. And then the guy comes over the fence, and so the motion light comes on. That's how we knew that.
Oh my god!
And so he starts running. He, being my guy friend, he starts running. He comes up in the house, and so it's like the garage. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'll just go out the front, the front door.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that street is, but it's cars and stuff. There's no front door. The way this house is made. The garage is on the basement, and you got to take some stairs up to get to the house.
Oh my god!
So when we see that the light didn't go off right away,
fences, I would have died. There's no way I couldn't have done none of this.
listen,
My short
That
fat
barbed
ass.
wire
you just have to do
would
it.
have took me out.
Yeah.
I didn't
If I
even
could've even
notice
gotten
until
up there.
after. That's
Yeah,
how
I'm
much
sure.
my
Adrenaline
because I
is
had
going.
I had already had a cut off T-shirt on, right? So when the ambulance and all this stuff get here, they like look at my foot. I had something on my leg down here, and my arm. Not until, let me tell you something. We left the Airbnb, and I went and checked in at the Four Seasons.
Of course,
And
yeah.
I didn't notice until we got there that this was like open so big, like it needed stitches.
Oh
but
my
I was
gosh.
over it, and like we had to wait for the detectives to come. It was a crazy situation.
So you didn't even get stitches? You waited too long?
I was like over it.
Yeah.
Wow. So what made him stop chasing y'all? He had to go back and get the car.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think, and it's all theory, right? Because it's
Yeah,
not like
'cause
I
it's like
could
I
ask
noticed
him.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, my guy friend says, oh, well, maybe he was trying to make sure I wasn't going to pull a gun out behind the house, so I would be, because the car was faced in. So if that was the case and my friend came out, he could have shot him head on. So he's like, maybe that's what it was.
Or maybe he thought like the keys were in his pocket because keys don't go inside of cars anymore.
But that's the thing.
Oh, the car was running.
When the police walked us back, so like this lady helped us because I'm in the street barefoot, bleeding,
Yeah.
people driving around us. Finally, a lady helps us. And I'm like, hey, I tell her what happened. Like, we just got robbed. And because he's a big black dude, he stayed back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, whatever. So she helps us. The police ask us to walk back the way we ran.
Yeah.
We recovered my guy friend's phone, my shoes that were torn up,
Yeah.
and the keys to the car.
Shit.
But the car was gone. I mean, girl, it's so crazy. Long story short, it's like this huge ring because they found the car exactly a week later, because this happened on the 13th, May 6th. May 13th, they find the car. It's they were on their way to Florida. They say they rented the car. And the blessing, though, in it, there was really nothing wrong with the car except for the tires were bald from them, like, I guess, spinning it out.
Yeah.
Police work, shoddy, because
Of course.
this is no joke. Just me and that guy, we didn't stop dating or whatever. We might talk sporadically, and he hit me up and told me he was like, basically, whatever was going on with him, he had his brother using his car, and his brother hit him up one day, was like, hey, you need to come get your gun out the car. He was like, my gun is on me. The gun that the dude pulled on us, he found my friend's gun case and put that gun in there. We have been riding around from recovering the car
with this
stolen
weapon, dirty gun
the whole time. But mind you, it took us. They find the car May 13th. We didn't get the car until like July because they said the Atlanta police had to process it because it was in Rincon, Georgia.
Oh wow!
We go down there, finally get the car. I'm like, we paying for a car. Can you all this other stuff, whatever, right? Go get the car. There's weed in the car. There's shell casings in the car. There's the gloves in the car. We didn't even think about, that gun.
Yeah.
To look for that. It was craziness.
That is
And the police never found the people, or
so they
was
found
it the people that were driving?
But those aren't the people who robbed us because they said it was like a 17-year-old. So it was only one guy. And so what we found out in Atlanta, what goes on is a lot of times they steal whatever the hot cars are. So at the time it was Challengers and Chargers.
Yeah.
And then they put them on like an Instagram story. And it's like, I got a hot box for sale. And they can go anywhere from $300 to $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Now, good and well, you're not getting no
exactly.
new Challenger for even 5 racks if that's what, I don't know what they spend for it.
Yeah.
But the police said that's how they move them because they had a key.
You got to move them fast.
And they had a key. So long story short, we go to Rincon. This is in July now. Get there. The tow truck people pulled the car outside the yard. And he's like, I'm going to just leave. You got another key to the car. And he was like, yeah, because you had left the key in the car. And I'm like, no, we didn't. We recovered them. He's like, no, there's a key here. All they did was program a key. Yeah. They got a whole operation.
Yeah, I'm sure they are just like, I lost my key, need a new one. Nobody's checking.
Well,
or they have a way to do it themselves. I don't know.
So
like a machine.
Yeah. My friend, he's single. I could introduce you, girl. He's in Thailand right now. He ain't got no kids. He got good credit.
Ooh. Say less.
I'm just saying. He went there in April.
Thailand is my favorite place.
He went to. I know.
Oh my God.
Exactly. And I'll show you the thing, girl. He wants to open up. I guess I do this. He's like, come over here. I want to open up an Airbnb. And he found a young lady who was like, she's like, oh yeah, I'll sign the lease. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah,
in Thailand, like only you have to be from Thailand.
Resident. That's what he said. But
this is exciting.
I know.
And I feel like she has good taste.
Definitely. I'm with it.
His girl, and guess where he's based out of when he's not traveling?
Atlanta?
Yes, he's from Seattle like me, but yeah.
It's meant to be.
I think it's meant to be. Oh my God.
That's cool. But he's into IT and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And he was just saying how it's an operation where you can order the keys, all these sites. And he was like, all you got to do is know how to program.
Yeah.
So he was like, they make money. Like the same thing they was doing, I don't know if y'all are aware, with the valet keys. Remember?
And they be stealing them.
Yeah, so that was a whole big thing. So it's like, you go get a young kid to get a job as a valet. They pay him pennies, but you're like, hey, you give access to these keys. You walk away from the valet cabinet. We're going to come. We'll pay you $1,000 for that. As a young kid making, I don't know what kids make these days.
Nothing.
That's
they don't work.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that's a G to leave us
right.
open.
And you 18.
Exactly.
And you ain't
like,
see nothing.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. You ain't got no real bills.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so okay. So what did you run when you ran track?
So I ran the 4x1. Mm-hmm. I ran the 310 hurdles, the 4x2.
It's them hurdles,
and I guess so. Look,
it's them hurdles.
Because I didn't tell you, I had to jump. We forgot that part. I had to jump out of a house.
Wait,
because
when
we
a new construction house.
Yeah, because remember I told you we saw the light on to know that he came, and then light goes off, no motion, it stays off. It came on again, girl. I had to run up them stairs, and I'm thinking, fine, I'll just go out the. Ain't no front door. No joke. I almost want to call the guy because he was laughing. You talk about it afterwards. Mm-hmm. He was like, I couldn't believe you jumped out of there. He was like,
how'd he get out?
He had to jump. He was like, you jumped. I couldn't go back down the stairs. He was like, first of all, I don't know where the dude is.
Oh, he thought he was playing a video game.
He said, and you can't show me up. You just jumped. I was like, I'm not going back. I'm live because I don't know where he is.
Was it like 2 stories or?
Yes.
I don't currently have kids, but I've been thinking about if I have a daughter, what sport and what are they going to get into that's going to have them survive for the rest of their life. And I've been thinking about track.
Softball's good.
Okay.
Softball, volleyball, track.
I'm like, she got to do track because it's just.
I got to get an athletic husband because my genes.
I'm like, what do I need her to do to just get her ready for life?
Right.
I'm thinking a good balance like dance or gymnastics and track. It'd be a good little.
Just being active.
Yeah.
Like I'm 37, so it's like when I'm like, I think track helped me out a lot.
For sure.
It literally saved your life.
Literally.
Because had that been me.
Because I didn't know I had that in me. Because if you would have asked me, like you said, like, if somebody pulls a gun, I'm like, I'm dead.
Exactly.
I can't do anything.
Yeah, I'm like, I give up.
Because I think in my mind, because I'm such a softie, I'm going to try to push him on the ground. But that just takes up too much time. Anybody get shot.
You gotta go for the balls.
You gotta go.
For the balls.
You gotta go. Well, I want to push the dude I was dating. Like he got it in the face. I'm like, move, and I'm gone.
I mean, push him out of the gun's way.
Yeah,
and then he's on the ground. You got to get that man killed.
He turned around too. Yeah, right. Now I'll say this, and this is the first time I'm saying this publicly. Okay, I'm gonna say this because I know people are gonna watch it, but it just is what it is. So when it happened, initially I was like, oh my gosh, he's so chivalrous. Like he protected me. He had like pushed me, but I don't know if he pushed me to save me. I think he might have did that out of reflex, and I just knew to run. That's what I'm just the way.
I think he was probably trying to push you out the way,
but I don't think to save me. I just think out of reflex, like move, get out the way.
Right.
And then because I was so emotional, I think about it because we end up like getting in this relationship.
I bet.
Trauma bond.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah. And when I broke up with him, that's what I said. I was like, we're trauma bonded. That's what I think.
Yeah,
that's what I ended up saying.
No, after that, I was like, I think I made up the.
Girl, I did.
God sent you to save my life.
This is no joke. I told you he lived in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
That was Mother's Day weekend. Car stolen. So I gotta take you back to your mama and your family.
Lord, so you done met the family.
Do that. No, not really at the time. Okay. He invited me to go to their church. I didn't. I felt like his mom wasn't really feeling me because like my son, what you doing and got
exactly.
robbed. Like,
you
what
took
you
him
want?
To the hood.
Yeah, like what you want? I ain't mad at it.
Real.
I got a son. But after that day, we were inseparable. Like he literally like packed up and came back to Memphis.
Oh wow.
Like for real. Packed up, came back to Memphis.
Bond.
Yeah.
And he seen you about that life too. He like, if something go down, she with it.
I'm gonna have to set up a robbery for my next relationship.
That's what you do. See how he responds to the
my homegirl went on a date with a guy. It was on Edgewood.
Oh God.
They start shooting. He takes off running, leaves her. I said, girl, don't ever go out.
I mean, I probably would have done that to him, but. You know.
But I mean, I don't know though.
At least grab or like
I couldn't be mad because honestly, I
you gotta run.
Every man for himself at that point.
But I mean, because it's reflex.
Yeah,
and
literally.
we just met. Like that was probably like our that was our second time seeing each other.
Oh yeah.
I would have definitely gotten into a relationship after that.
Yeah,
we were definitely. We were definitely
y'all were
locked
all
in.
the way in love.
I was like, oh yes, this is my husband. You protected me. You covered me. Like oh my God.
So
like totally.
Wow.
He's a good guy though.
Was that the end of Airbnb for you?
Shout out to that. No, because
it wasn't really Airbnb's fault, but
no, it totally wasn't. I mean, things can happen at a hotel. You know, you could get robbed at your own house. But I tell you this, it was in the Airbnb for me in Atlanta for a minute.
Yeah, that was the end of Atlanta.
Yeah. If you wanted me to leave, you could have just asked. You didn't have to do me like that.
That's Edgewood though. I ate on Edgewood recently, and like I always like trade out purses in my car, so I had like extra purses. I put all them bitches on to go to lunch. I was like, I'm not leaving this in the car. I had 5 bags on walking in the fucking restaurant. Like,
Bag lady,
play on Edgewood. Yeah.
I used to live.
But that's even how
Edgewood.
I feel though too. I'd be like, oh,
that's
how. Let me take my value. Like
shit's
even
real out here now.
Go and leave my car.
If you think it was bad then, you should see that shit now.
It's crazy. I did just go over there to a restaurant. What is it called? Oh, Slush. And it was the drinks are really good. The decor is really nice. But Edgewood's still really wild. But inside is super cute. The food's but the drinks are really good.
You could go there in the daytime or the nighttime.
Yeah, kind of like a night, but it had a good DJ.
You see, I don't know. I'm still spooked. Like,
oh yeah,
to go
I
would
was
never.
traumatized by your story.
Yeah,
I can't imagine how you feel. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
probably traumatic just to tell the story.
I've gotten a little better because as soon as I got here, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
And then I didn't want to hang out like where I was hanging out because the guy's car tags were custom and my phone was in there, so we know exactly where he went. We telling the police they didn't go, so I'm like, this is where he took the car when he stole it. What if he remembered me? That man probably don't remember me. Like all in my head. Because I sure don't remember
And
him.
what's so crazy is people hear so many, I mean, crazy things happen everywhere, every city, but you hear so many things about Memphis and it's like.
Atlanta's worse.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know. Memphis, they'll get you in the daytime in Memphis. They'll walk up to a nice young lady.
Here too.
Putting her stuff in the car.
At Lennox like midday.
Yeah, and they don't care. But you know, that's a whole nother thing. But it goes back into what you talked about, housing. People are trying to live. So
People
it's
are trying
like,
to survive.
I'm trying to
and that was
survive.
pandemic time.
Exactly. Like people are down bad trying to like.
I was telling my friend, gas is more expensive in Memphis, but our economy is not like Atlanta. Like all this stuff y'all have, people cannot afford $5 and $6 gas in Memphis. Like, are you crazy?
Wow.
Like people are consistently making like $28,000 to $32,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
then when it's summertime, it's just like you just got to
And
stay
it's
in the
hot.
house. Everybody
This ain't the
hot and
heat from when we
mad.
grew up.
Yeah.
Right. Like
So now I'm
we're from
irritated.
big
It's a new
cities.
sun. It's a new sun.
We're from big cities, so we don't think about it, but that's how the majority of the country is really. Like people making like 28, 32, like that's kind of the average, like outside of these big cities that we live. It's weird to me that Atlanta's a big city. It
I
still
know.
feels like a
Really?
small.
I hate it.
It's like a small town in my head, but
I hate it.
yeah.
I miss like everybody
when it
older
was,
than-
yeah.
But I
For
do.
real.
I do.
Me too. And that's another
Damn,
story.
that was so traumatizing, but
yeah,
so fun.
that was good. That was
Like-
definitely different than the types of stories we have often. We've had some armed robberies.
I've confirmed
and
my
shit,
daughter
but
will
yeah.
be running track.
Yeah,
I have
literally.
flat feet, but we're just gonna get some little insoles.
Just let her do
And I'm gonna need you to send a group text with me in Thailand, guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll just watch from the outside. Keep me involved.
I mean, I'm just saying, I got all kinds of, I got men like they got Airbnbs. That's all I'm saying.
Well, on that note, guys, we're gonna close out this episode because we gotta talk some more. Okay,
Girl gang
camera.
episode, right? Girl gang episode.
Thank you guys so much for listening. It's Anns.
This is Maha and our special guest.